Alright, well that was probably a terrible idea because I'm wearing black. Today's video is going to be all about having pets in the Air Force. Now I don't know exactly how other branches deal with pets, so this information is going to be strictly for Air Force, but some of it might pertain to the other branches of the military. So I'm going to start off this video by saying that yes, you can have pets in the Air Force, but just like all my other videos, there are some rules and regulations that go with that. Now some of those rules are going to be, some of you cannot have pets. And you're gonna be like, I thought you just said I can have pets. It kind of comes down to, are you single or are you married? Now most people I get questions from, it's new people that are looking to join the Air Force or are in tech school or about to leave for basic. And I get a lot of questions like, I have a dog back home, can I take him with me to my first base? And usually my first question I ask is, are you married? Or are you single? Because if you're married, then yes, when your wife moves with you, you can take your pet with you. But unfortunately, if you're single, you're gonna get to your first base and they're gonna stick you in the dorms. You're not allowed to have a dog in the dorms, so you can't take your dog with you to your first base. I said you couldn't have a dog in the dorms, and you can't have a cat in the dorms either, but there are some pets that you're allowed to have in most dorms on most bases. Now, I've only been at Kadena, so I don't know how other bases do this, but here at Kadena, you're allowed to have fish or turtles if you're in the dorms. That's pretty much all you're allowed to have in the dorms as a single airman though. So if you don't like fish or turtles, or you don't want to take care of fish or turtles, you're gonna be out of luck for your entire Air Force career as long as you're in the dorms. Now most airmen move out of the dorms sometime after they make senior airmen, so somewhere around their 3-year mark or a little later. And when you move out of the dorms, you would move into a place off base, because on base housing is family housing for families. A single airman can't just live on base, or at least most bases. So you would just rent a place off base, and the Air Force would pay for that, but that has nothing to do with this video. I'll make a video about that later on. So if you're going into the Air Force and you're single, expect for the first 2 to 4 years that you're in to not have any pets other than turtles and fish. Now I know for most of you that might suck, because you might have a pet at home right now that you want to bring with you and now you can't, or you want to get a pet once you're in, but then you're gonna have to wait till you either get married or move out of the dorms. But I do have good news for those of you that are married. Yes, you can have pets in the Air Force on base, but you are limited to how many pets you can have or what kinds of pets you can have. For instance, you're only allowed to have 2 major pets, like 2 dogs or 2 cats, or 1 dog and 1 cat. Not everybody follows the rules, and they can get away with having multiple pets. For instance, McKenna and I have 2 cats. We could have 3 cats, we could have 3 cats, but when we go to leave here, we'll only have 2 pets registered under us, and that's all the Air Force will let us travel with. So if we had 3 awesome cats that we love, we wouldn't be able to take all 3. We would have to pick our 2 favorite, and we would have to leave the 1 behind. So just keep that in mind, is in the Air Force, 2 pets is usually the general rule. But there are some limitations to what kind of pets you can have. You cannot have exotic animals. For instance, reptiles, rodents, other than guinea pigs and hamsters. You're not allowed to have ferrets, hedgehogs, skunks, rats, raccoons, squirrels, pot-bellied pigs, monkeys, arachnids, or any other kind of farm animal. Now on top of the exotic animals you're not allowed to have, there are some breeds of dogs that you're not allowed to keep with you on an Air Force base either. Now don't get mad at me, I didn't make the rules, so these are the following breeds that you're not allowed to have. These also can't be a mixed breed, so you can't have this type of dog breeded with another type of dog either. Following dogs are not allowed on Air Force bases: a pit bull, a Rottweiler, a Doberman, a Chow, and wolf hybrids. But this list is also not limited to those specific dogs. Any dogs that show aggressive behavior can also be banned from on base. Some of these behaviors can be unprovoked barking or snarling at people that approach it, aggressively running along a fence line when people are walking by, biting or scratching people, and escaping yards to chase people. So if you have a dog that does any of those, you might want to teach it not to. You have to have a well-behaved dog to keep it in the Air Force. And if you guys want to see the actual form that I'm reading all of this from, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. It's called the Air Force Standardized Pet Policy. It's a really short form. It's not even a full page long, but it has everything that I just explained to you guys, plus a little more information if you guys are interested in having a pet in the future in the Air Force. Now, as far as having fish or turtles in your home, I don't think there's a limit to how many you can have. Even in the dorms, I don't think there's a limit, but I do not know if the Air Force will actually pay for you to move with your turtle or with your fish, so keep that in mind, that you might have to buy fish at your location and then sell them and buy new ones somewhere else. And the Air Force will pay for you to travel with your pets as long as it's like a cat or a dog. Not sure how the whole hamsters and guinea pigs things goes though. So if any of you guys know how that works, leave a comment in the comment section below for other people to find out. Also, traveling overseas with pets, that can be extremely difficult because if you're in the United States and you live in New York but you're getting stationed in California, you can either fly there or you could drive there if you want. And if you drive there, you can take your pets with you very easily. You can fly there too and take your pets, but sometimes that might be a little more difficult. But if you get stationed overseas, here's where it's rough because you have to fly internationally with your cat or dog. Now that's what McKenna and I are going to be doing when we go back to the States, and it's going to be difficult and we're going to learn a lot. We're definitely going to vlog and document all of it on our Got Love channel, our daily vlogs that we've been doing so far for the year of 2016. If you guys want to check that channel out, you guys can. It's our married life vlog, but we're not really looking forward to traveling with our 2 cats because we kind of think it's going to be difficult because we've never done it, and from what I've heard with people leaving here with pets, it's kind of a hassle and a pain in the butt. But the tough thing with this is actually going back to the States from over here is a lot easier than coming over here with pets from the States. Now my little brother got stationed here in Okinawa too, and they were going to bring our cat that we had back home, but they ran into an issue. In order for them to bring our cat, you have to quarantine your cat for 6 months. Now I don't know exactly what that entails. I don't know if that means the cat can't be around any other cats or animals for 6 months or what that means, but that is required in order to bring a cat to Japan. Now to go to Europe or some other overseas base, I have no idea. Well, my little brother found out his orders 1 month before he came to Japan, and when they started looking into taking our cat, they were like, no, you need 6 months to quarantine your cat. You're leaving in a month. You can't take your cat with you. So Tyler was planning on bringing our cat here and was gonna live with him, but it turned out that didn't work. So unfortunately, we had to leave our cat at home with my mom. So keep in mind that you might not get to bring your pet with you if you do get stationed overseas. If you're single, there's a for sure no. There is 0 chance that you will be able to have a pet overseas if you are single. But if you are married, there will be an okay chance that you can bring your dogs or cats over. Granted, you know how long before you're going to come over here. Now, I'm not sure how that process works with dogs, so just keep in mind that a lot of things in the Air Force and the military are unknown and kind of unorganized to a sense. Alright guys, I know these videos can kind of get confusing, but honestly, the Air Force is like the most confusing thing in the world to me. There's like a billion rules that go 100 different ways, and I don't think I'll ever understand the Air Force, so I'm trying to kind of help you guys, but I'm kind of lost myself, so hopefully this gave you guys a better understanding of the pet policy in the Air Force. If you guys want any more information about pets in housing, the Air Force standardized pet policy, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Also, there's an AFI that you can read through for housing, and I don't know if you guys actually want to take the time to do that. It is 130 pages long, so you might want to just skim to the part about pets that you want to know about, but you don't have to read the rest of it. But if you guys are interested in the Family Housing Management AFI, that is 32-6001. The link for that is also going to be in the description below. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you appreciated it. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, click the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's Monday and I'm about to get ready for work right now, but until next time, check out my last video. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about having a car overseas and how that works with moving and buying one and selling one, because a lot of people ask me, what are you going to do with your car when you leave Okinawa?